Maria Thun wasn't trying to discover anything. It was spring of 1952, and she was planting potatoes on her farm in Dexbach, Germany. She got her dates mixed up. Some rows went in early, some went in a few days late. Same seed, same soil, same field. Come fall, she dug everything up. The rows were not the same, not close to the same. She figured she'd made some other mistakes she wasn't seeing. So the next year, she did it on purpose, staggered her planting dates deliberately, and wrote everything down. Yield, size, how long things stored before going soft. Same result. She spent the next 11 years checking before she published anything. When she finally did, in 1963, the farming world ignored her. Planting by the moon, old wives' stuff, the kind of thing your grandmother believed because nobody had told her better yet. Here's where it gets interesting. In 2001, a researcher at University College London named Nick Kollerstrom reviewed the accumulated trial data, including a 1976 potato sowing study where root day plantings came in 30% heavier, a result significant at p equals 0.002. He published his analysis in the journal Biological Agriculture and Horticulture. Mainstream agronomy still considers the evidence inconclusive, and a 2021 review of over 100 papers found no definitive mechanism. Kollerstrom himself didn't declare it proven. He said the effect was consistent enough to deserve serious investigation rather than dismissal. It didn't get much. These things rarely do when there's nothing to sell. Before I tell you what the rest of the research found, let me explain what the calendar actually is, because most people rejecting it are rejecting something different from what it claims. The biodynamic calendar sorts every day into one of 4 types, based on which constellation the moon is passing through. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, root days. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, flower days. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fruit days. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, leaf days. Plant what you want to harvest on the corresponding day. Carrots, root day. Lettuce, leaf day. Tomatoes, squash, beans, fruit day. Herbs and anything aromatic, flower day. No ritual, no ceremony. You check it the night before like you check the weather and decide whether Tuesday or Thursday is the better planting day. That's all it is. The Amish in Lancaster County have been doing some version of this for as long as anyone there can remember. Ask an older farmer why, and they won't give you a theory. They'll tell you what their fathers told them. The results are just different. Not every time, not like flipping a switch, but often enough across enough seasons that a family feeding 10 or 12 people off the same ground doesn't ignore it. There's more research worth knowing about. German chronobiologist Hartmut Spies ran controlled trials on biodynamic planting timing across multiple growing seasons and published his findings in Biological Agriculture and Horticulture in 1990. His radish trials showed measurably denser root development on root days even when weather variables were controlled for. Independent studies on biodynamic farming methods more broadly have shown yield improvements in potatoes of around 10%, carrots 17 to 24%, and cabbage 14 to 28% compared to conventional control plots. Nobody fully understands why. There are a few hypotheses researchers keep coming back to. One involves the moon's gravitational pull on soil moisture at a capillary level, same physics as ocean tides, much smaller scale. Another involves the electromagnetic relationship between lunar position and Earth's ionosphere, which does measurably shift. A third involves cosmic ray flux. The intensity of high-energy particles reaching Earth's surface changes with the moon's position, and those particles are known to interact with living cells. None of it is settled. The mainstream scientific position is skepticism, but none of these mechanisms violate known physics, which matters. There's a difference between something that has no explanation and something that has no explanation yet. Farmers figured this out long before anyone could explain it. In 1890, nobody who planted clover as a cover crop knew what nitrogen fixation was. They planted it because the field did better afterward. The explanation came 60 years later. The practice worked the whole time. The Maria Thun biodynamic calendar is published every year by her son Matthias. About $15 on Amazon. It lists every day, the day type, and flags what Dune called unfavorable times, periods around lunar nodes and apogee where her data consistently showed weaker results regardless of day type. Those are the days you skip if you can. If you want to try this without overhauling anything, do what Dune did in 1952. Pick one crop, carrots work well because you can weigh the result, plant one row on a root day, and another row 4 or 5 days later on a leaf or flower day. Same spacing, same water, nothing else different. Harvest both rows in fall and put them on a scale. Dune ran that test for 11 years before she told anyone about it. You can run it in one season. For the broader garden, carrots, beets, parsnips, turnips, potatoes, radishes, root days, lettuce, spinach, kale, chard, cabbage, leaf days, tomatoes, cucumbers, squash, peppers, beans, corn, peas, fruit days, herbs, flowers, anything aromatic, flower days. The Amish farmers I've spoken with are clear on one thing. It's not a religion. A good root day in a cold snap is still a cold snap, but when the choice is between Wednesday or Friday and nothing else is different, they check the calendar. Here's what I keep coming back to. There is no product. $15 once a year. No seed company behind it, no fertilizer brand, no subscription. You check a date and you plant. The agricultural input industry has spent 70 years building a model where something always needs to be bought, where every season brings a new problem requiring a new product. That model has no interest in a planting calendar that costs $15 and might add 15 to 25% to your yield on specific crops. Whether that's why the research stays on the margins, I'll leave for you to decide. What I do know is this. In Lancaster County, Holmes County, and the farming communities across Germany and Switzerland where biodynamic practice never stopped, the same families have worked the same ground for 6, 8, 10 generations. The soil isn't depleted, the yields haven't crashed. They didn't need a new system every decade because the old one kept working. You don't have to believe in anything to test it. That's the whole point of planting one row on Tuesday and one row on Friday and weighing them in October. Dune didn't believe it at first either. She just couldn't explain what she was seeing, so she kept looking. The current Mariette Dune biodynamic calendar is on Amazon and at the Biodynamic Association's website. Get this year's edition. It's dated, last year's won't do. Find the first root day in your planting window. Get your seeds in the ground. Write down the date, because 60 years from now, somebody might want to know when you started paying attention.